It's the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coach's Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's on 1019, 100.5, 1450, WGNSSports.com, and BigGTV.
And this portion of the Coach's Show brought to you by First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. If you're looking for a hometown feel with your bank, turn to the First National Bank of Middle Tennessee, offering full-service banking and mortgage services. John Diggins switching over with Brian Barrett, and we've got Coach James Counce with us, the head coach of the Rockvale Rockets. And, Coach, we're going to get to talk to each other 2 weeks in a row because this is the first week. I'm going to get to talk to you next week as well. And
awesome.
Yeah, we've got some interesting things going on. This has been the weekend to never forget. That's for sure.
Yes, sir. I guess you guys know we're going to play today at 2:00, and we got warmed up last night, and then got told to leave the field, and by 8:30 or so, we kind of just made a decision. It looked like there was another cell that we had enough time to maybe get out there, about 9:15, get warmed up, get started, and then there was going to be another round of it coming through. So, we made a decision. We're going to play today, and Coach agreed to we're going to come over here because of us having turf and them not. So, be their home game. But anyway, we're going to try to get it in at 2.
All right. So you didn't even start the game last night, right?
No, sir. We didn't start. We warmed up and we were getting ready. I think it was like 6:45 or so, and it started lightning.
Yeah. So today, is a mission going to be charged for the fans and that kind of thing? Is that how does that work?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think there's going. I think they, just going to do what they got last night and.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Go fan stuff that they did, and then we're just going. I'm sure they'll do the metal detector things and all that like we're doing, but other than that, I don't think there'll be any admission charge, and I think we're going to try to have the concession stand with whatever not being prepared, whatever we got, and just try to make the best of it.
It makes for a rough weekend, I know, for coaches and players to come back the next day. How do you get them prepared for this? Because I know there's got to be a letdown from last night, but how do you have to repump them, I guess, up for the 2:00 game today?
Well, and we talked about this last night when we were still unsure about, and hopeful that we were going to try to play. And that was our thought process the whole time, I want to try to get this in tonight, and they did too. So we were trying to get that done. But then when that second deal came, I said, well, look, let's don't hang out all night. If we're going to play tomorrow, then let's do that and make that decision. Looking at this second storm,
exactly. Yeah,
that's kind of what we did. And then talking to the kids, you got to stay locked in. You got to learn how to handle. This is adversity, okay, and this is how you're supposed to handle that. And at the end of all this, we got to play, whether that's tonight, whether that's tomorrow. So, we talked about that, and I think our guys are ready to play, and we're going to get them in there this morning at 11:30 and get ready and do a walkthrough and get ready to play. It's going to be 63 degrees, I believe. So that's going to be awesome.
That's pretty amazing, and I think the weather is supposed to clear out, so it's really going to be a nice day for football. Really, I think by the time the game starts,
I believe it will. It will. I think the rain is by 1. I think it may be cloudy, but I think for the most part the rain should be out of here.
James Counce is our guest here on the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coach's Corner. Coach, you've been in 2 close games. I mean, just really close games. Nothing to show for it at this point, but I think you kind of feel pretty good about where you are.
We do, and then I kind of try to keep preaching that to the kids. They want to win really bad, and so do I. But I think that the lessons that we have learned in week 1 and week 2 about our team, I think we're getting those things corrected. And, I think we're really close. And, both games we were down, showed some grit and toughness and came back the first week to tie it. Last week we scored 31 unanswered points. and then we got to learn how to finish. We got to pay attention to details. We got to do all those things, but I think we're really close. I like I love the kids and the group that we have. I think we're getting closer together. They're learning me, I'm learning them. And now is the time where we start this region play that we need to get things. If we learning lessons from week 1 and 2, they're not a loss.
Right.
We make those corrections, and that's kind of what we're hoping, and I believe that's going to come out of that.
It seems odd to me to talk about another game coming up next week when we haven't played the one this week yet. This is a good warm-up, though, to a good Stewart's Creek club that you're going to be hosting next week. So I guess the silver lining is you're playing at home today and familiar surroundings, and it will be for next week too.
Yeah, I never heard how did the Siegel and Stewart's Creek end up last night.
They are playing at 2:00. And they've got 9 minutes left, and Stewart's Creek has the ball, I think, on the Siegel 11-yard line, trailing 15-7. So that's where they are. That's even more unique than just canceling the game.
Yeah. You got to pick up kind of role play where you left off. So, yeah. I mean that's an advantage to us. Obviously, getting to play today at home. And those kind of things, and then, we're going to look at next week like we will every week. It's a region ball game. We're playing at home. It's a situation to where, we want to obviously win the ball game. We want to continue to get better. We want to keep growing as we go through the year. And it's just going to be another one of those stepping stones for the season and how we want to progress as we go.
And looking at this Laverne squad, they also have not won a game, but that you can't go by the record at all, can you?
No, sir. Very athletic. They're big. Quarterback's mobile. He can throw it. I think they're still trying to find what their identity is or what they want to try to do offensively.
Mm-hmm.
But they're very very athletic. Probably the best secondary group of guys that we've seen so far from a secondary standpoint, and they've got some big guys inside and up front on the offensive line. So very talented football team. Just from what I saw last night, coach has got them. They're honed in on him and what he wants to do and doing things the right way. So. He definitely got them going in the right direction.
All right. We're talking to James Counce, the head coach of the Rockvale Rockets. I did want to say one thing. Have you ever had to cancel a game like last night? I mean, and play it the next day? Is this is your first rodeo or your second or third?
No, I've had this happen a couple other times, and I've also had it where we were playing Houston out of Memphis, and Houston High School, and I got to halftime, and it was in Paris, so it was a 2.5-hour drive for them, and we ended up calling it, because of the length of travel and those kind of things that makes it so hard for you in high school football to try to do something the next day and financials and all that stuff. But no, I've had it happen. One other time I've had it happen, we played on Saturday at 2:00, and it was like 105.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing I did last night was to look,
check the weather,
what the temp was going to be today, because I didn't want to get in that scenario where our iPads wouldn't work, if fans were hot. That was miserable. So I wanted to check on that, but.
Not going to be a problem today, for sure.
Not today. Oh, yes, sir.
All right. Well, good luck to you today, Coach, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, sir. Thank you.
That's James Counce, the head coach of the Rockvale Rockets. And this portion of the Coach's Show has been brought to you by State Farm agents Andy Womack, Dana Womack, Celeste Middleton, Alex Williams, Ron Reeves, and Emerson Williams. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Up next, I think we're ready for Eagleville. Coming up. No, Stuart Siegel. There you go.
Tennessee Orthopedic